the one that they want to play, and already an unknown to start the match. What move is Jan going to play? Anish, quickly, what's your call?
E4.
Did you say E4?
I said opening phases and see what ideas they brought. And today, the idea Jan brought to the table was really very interesting. Oh, just offered a draw. Yeah.
Yep. Handshake. Jan offered a draw. Ding took a second. Handshake has occurred. The first game of the 2023 FIDE World Championship has concluded in peace, but it was not a peaceful game. And indeed, whoa!
What? He mouse slipped. The Jeep one is the one. It's the other one. It's not that one. It happens, you know.
H3?
The board is
No,
long.
he's
and
played
you
H3 to take the sting out of bishop takes C4.
And you are right. You made a good point. So the bar is saying -1.5, but actually, with all kinds of slow moves, Ding has a tactical idea that just doesn't work. Collapsing. That is like the stronghold that White has, preventing this beautiful geometry from working together. And that stronghold is collapsing. So you have like a weak point in your defense. You have one defender, and that defender has been taken out. Games, it was very unpleasant. Simply, you already know you're lost, and at that moment he takes a drink as just reaching a position where he should resign. And now it makes it slightly more uncomfortable for Ding to resign, even because how do you resign when the opponent is not there?
And he's not going to resign. He's going to play queen h6.
Yeah. No, he basically he was forced to make a move.
Yep, exactly. I don't get it. Going to open the floodgates? Is this just going to be a blowout from here? There's absolutely no reason to conclude that. And this is only game 2, and this is only a 1-point lead. And for Ding, his psychological preparation for the next game is going to be crucial. E5 is the top engine move, by the way.
Yeah, to be sure. To be sure.
Oh, Rook has nowhere to go.
Rook has nowhere to go. Literally. Yeah.
Resign.
A kind of sign of mind games, Anish.
Yeah, no, it's surprise indeed. I mean, if I thought about one c4, perhaps one d4 is the move that Jan plays the least.
Knight d4 is on the board, and now the moment of truth. Will Ding claim the draw with knight e6? That is threefold. He's looking at a score sheet. That's usually a pretty much a giveaway. It's a draw. And that is threefold repetition.
Either way, it was going to be a draw. And what do we think? A fair result? A tense game?
Yeah. I think a wire-to-wire equal game. I think an important game for Ding to prove to himself that he can basically draw without going through a worse position. He was in control of this game. Seconds have already gone by, and a move has not yet been made. And it is, in fact, one c4.
Oh,
what?
Whoa.
Wow.
Wait, the f4 pawn is not hanging? What's going on?
Whoa.
F4 pawn.
Whoa.
It's hanging, right?
No way!
Take this knight if you really want to.
Yes.
We were talking
my
about
God, he
exchange
blundered.
sacrifices.
He forgot to play g5. I think that was just a finger feller. Or was it?
Not even looking at the board anymore. Queen f8. And that might be it.
There he goes.
No. And there we go. Handshake. Ding wins.
Here we go. The moment of truth. The first important moment. What will we see from the laboratory of Jan Nepomniachtchi and his team on the first move?
Can be anything. Let's see.
And it is e4.
Wow. Plot twists. And it's early to speak of Jan's victory here on one hand, but on the other, I mean, I see so many ways for Black to lose, so many natural ways to lose. I don't see any way to defend. I see the clock situation. I think the chances are really bad for Ding. And
Ding has been thinking. He's now down to 90 seconds without increments, so this might be decided on the clock. But he finally moves. He plays rook to a8, and that is an indicator of how bad his position is. He has moved his rook in the last 5 out of 6 moves. Yeah, and with 3 seconds on the clock, move 40 has been executed. And Ding gets up, but Nepo's not going to take any time on 94. He found the correct move again, and now he's resumed the pacing, kind of waiting for Ding to resign. Yeah. When I first... Okay, and I will interrupt my story because Ding has just resigned the game. He has stopped the clock. The handshake has occurred. And Jan Nepomniachtchi once again holds a 1-point lead in the 2023 World Championship match.
Oh, wow. Ding there with the computer precision, smelling blood and going for the kill. Going for the throat. Wow. Ding completely in control. Completely in control here. And suddenly we are in a position where Ding just has to convert it.
to get checkmated, or do you let it play out on the board if you're Jan?
No, but I know that you British guys, especially, you are all about checkmate on the board. But no, I'm Team Jan. I resign. No, I don't want to see it.
And
thank
just as you say it there, Anish, Jan has resigned. You called it. No beautiful checkmate on the board, but still a beautiful game, beautiful finish from Ding, and the scores are level.
Ding should accelerate a bit, but of a lot of options here. He wishes he had a little bit more time to figure it all out. In the 30-second increment time control, this is basically 0. So he's basically down to increment.
He's got less than 2.5 minutes now on the clock.
Can't take it.
I'm about to jump out of my seat.
Guys,
this
not
is
gonna watch.
crazy.
I cannot
Oh
take
my
it.
god.
2
Yeah,
minutes
we're
and
not
20
even
seconds
anywhere
now.
close to Astana, but I can't handle the pressure as Anish has left the
can't.
chat and
I
the
can't.
screen. He can't
Oh
take
my
it.
God.
Ding needs. He's frozen. He's literally frozen right now.
Well, he's gonna have to bullet out the moves.
Make a move,
He has
make a
to be
move, make a
seconds on the
collapse.
clock.
He's gonna.
And he's
He
finally gonna
played-
move.
Oh my! No, he didn't make it. He didn't. He reached out, Daniel, and finally we got a
45
move.
seconds.
He goes rook d2.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
And it's also a bad move.
45
but,
seconds. Yeah.
He
Yeah,
froze.
I'm just
can't
pointing
believe
out
this.
that this is what a collapse in the chess
Yeah,
world
it's
looks like.
it's irrational.
What we
It's
saw
just
is falling.
That's it.
There's no way to fight it. This looks like game over.
6 seconds.
And
But
Ding
that's it.
makes a move. Picks
And
up the
resigns.
pawn, resigns. Wow. That was a heartbreaking finish there. What just happened?
Whoa!
This world cha-
Wait! He just
What
took
happened?
white.
he panicked.
Wait.
I told you I didn't
my
like the
God.
position. He thought he's already lost. I told you.
Oh my gosh! But that
And
was
his
we're
bar
talking
completely
about the-
misleading.
Did or if Valbar still approves, where is the killer blow? He goes for d7. So queen a8 is a
Oh.
big threat
Oh,
right
no.
now.
Does it also
What-
win? Because I think the winning move was rook d3, like a perpetual, but it's somehow not, and it's very counterintuitive. But if you do your due diligence and if you do your math, you will figure out that it's not a perpetual. But it does look
Wow.
incredibly like a perpetual.
Ding needs to do is to sit and calculate and pick up the rook. There is no perpetual in this position.
better defense, even though it doesn't
missed
look
it.
very fun.
He missed it. He
And
missed
Ding
it.
buys
Already
into
missed
it, by the way. Robert,
No, but
just
it's
an update.
Whoa.
it's so easy to buy into it. By the way,
Yeah.
it is so easy
buys
to buy
into
into
it.
that.
Oh
He
my
doesn't
goodness.
capture.
Yeah, Ding is back. Ding is back in this dominant position, and Jan cannot get rid of this d pawn and this knight d4. I think Jan was very capable of that as a g pawn alone. So yeah, this king to a4 and then king to a5, and then going all the way down and using this stalemate idea is probably the way to draw here for Ding.
But Ding Liren has taken him out of his element. I mean, this has not been, and there's a draw agreed, fair result.
Oh.
But whew, what a match we have.
Yeah, handshakes. And this one ends in a draw.
The structure is the more long-term factor. So Black is the one who might have some, immediate chances with that a-pawn, but in the long term, you could, if White consolidates, let's say, if White could get, let's say, bishop d2, f3, rook e to a1, then structurally Black is suffering a lot. I don't know if it was the best approach, but once he's here, I still think that this is so likely to end peacefully.
The white king enters, you lose this pawn, you lose the game. So I just wanted to point out that variation.
Yeah, that's a very relevant detail, and the writing's on the wall. It's a draw.
Still hovering close enough towards the equality line, but I just feel like from a practical standpoint, Fabi, I would not want to play this from Black.
That would be winning on g2, but instead the rook pawn is known to be a draw, and Ding there with a smile gives it up. He knows there's no trying in this one. He's saying, I'm happy to not push too much in the game, simply because I'm up a point in this match. We get closer to the finish line, and the ball is in Ding's court to try to create his chances for a win. It's not going to happen in this game. Yeah, there we see. King to f7. And he comes back with the rook to e5. That's a third time repetition. We will see the players call out for an arbiter to check that. Oh, Fabi, what's also not good is Ding's decision that he's taken in the current live board. He went for the move queen to c6. The eval bar bounces straight back to Jan's favor.
He's g6, that should have been played first, but he plays bishop b8, does Jan Diplomacy, and oh my goodness!
Whoa!
The evaluation bar went all the way up in Ding Liren's favor. And a move has been made. It is queen to b7, and a
not a
mistake
good
back.
one,
I will
Robert.
get back to this in a second, but this was a very complicated line. We'll show this later, because queen b7 was Ding's choice. He also doesn't find the best move.
Say these guys are just fried at this point. Like, they've stopped calculating. Every move is a mistake, and yeah, we're seeing that just because the players are no longer like Ding is ready to think they're playing like it's literally a 30-second game, not plays
Goes for
F5.
F5
It's
on
losing on
board.
the spot.
And oh my gosh,
Rook takes E6.
drops another pawn.
Napamshi is absolutely collapsing at this stage of the World Championship Game 12.
What he allowed. He couldn't even look at the board. He was just talking to himself, just in complete disbelief of how he's just left the title, the World Championship crown, just slip out of his hand in this game 12.
The Black King is getting hunted, and White is up a lot of material. So D6 quickly played and resigned.
Handshakes, and that is it. D6 on the board. It is game over. Ding Liren comes back in the match.
Yeah, this is such a tense position. It's so difficult to play because on each move you have like 5 different logical options, right?
Rook E1 on the board.
You kind of assert your dominance with King E6. Sometimes you have to make decisions like this. Although
We have a handshake. The game is in the books. That means we still have a tied match. And
D5 E7, so King goes back to B3. Yeah, this is a draw. So King to B3, Rook to B8.
Rooks will be traded.
Is he going to blunder his H pawn, or is he going to stalemate
Yes.
his opponent?
He's gonna, and that's it.
Oh.
We've got handshakes, and it's a draw. The final 14th classical game after a marathon 7/5 ends peacefully.
D7, King H7, Rook E5, Rook 1 to H2 leads to a repetition of moves, and this is going to be seen on the board any second.
Hang, so he has to stay connected to that rook on H1, and there we see what a draw this has been.
clever try, but look at Jan. He knows that there's absolutely nothing here. It may look like a bad pawn structure. You just can't attack it. If you bring a rook to B6, the rook comes back to D6.
And we see that happen. They are just moving the rooks around, and a threefold repetition, and that's a draw. Agreed.
Rooks stay on the board. That will give Ding chances, and he's gonna have to try to use the clock as a weapon at some point. I don't know how he can do that, but establishing the bishop on D3 looked like a normal starting point.
Yeah,
They
Jan will
found a
even
way.
struggle.
They found a way to repeat the moves, and bishop E1, king E2. This has been the most peaceful game, not just the result, but also a really calm game.
Expression, he said courage is grace under pressure. He's courageous, and Queen F5 gives Black the upper hand, apparently. C3, Fabi, Tanya, this is worrisome territory for Jan Nepomniachtchi, who's dipping to just about a minute, and that was a mistake.
Oh, Queen D3, not even Queen G4, Queen D3. That's the best way.
Getting the pawn is protected. He goes Queen C7, which is a mistake. A huge mistake in time trouble from Jan Nepomniachtchi. The queen has to go back to G6. That's the good news for Ding Liren. He has only one move here, and Jan is the one down to 20 seconds and counting down.
He's avoiding it with King F1. Oh wait, now Bishop to B2 is coming. This is just game over. I mean, there's no more hope here. The Bishop on B2, White doesn't even have counterplay.
And Jan
Jan
Nepomniachtchi, he sits
Nepomniachtchi.
up in his chair, but he knows this might be the last few moves of his world championship.
Oh my god. Drop it.
Oh, you see it.
And he
He
gives
knows.
up. He knows it.
Yeah, Bishop takes F4 is easy.
Heartbreaking. It's over. Ding Liren is the world chess champion. Wow. He has made history as the first Chinese player to win the world championship. We see handshakes there. Ding is overtaken by emotions. He isn't able to leave the board. And for Jan Nepomniachtchi, a heartbreaking moment there. He leaves the hall. This has been a fight of courage, of grit, and determination.